Okay, so another NHL video. What we're going to look at the Chicago Blackhawks and what's gone wrong. Now, what has gone wrong for the Chicago Blackhawks this season? They have obviously been a very, very good team, a playoff team, a three-time Stanley Cup winner in the last 10 years. For the last decade and a bit, they have been at the top of the NHL. In the regular season, they're normally very, very good in the Central Division. They go far in the playoffs, or they get to the playoffs. Last couple of years, they've been knocked out in the first round, but they got to the playoffs. So what's gone wrong this season? Well, they've lost Panarin to Columbus, and they brought back Brandon Saad. Seabrook's getting old. Toews and Kane have obviously played a lot of hockey, so they're very tired. And you've got to look at in goal. Goaltending has been a nightmare. Corey Crawford's been injured for most of the season, and they've tried a variety of goaltenders, including that accountant. I think his name was Foster the other night. They've had some really bad defeats this season. They were well out of playoff contention before the trade deadline. Well out of it. They have not been this bad for over a decade. And let's not forget, 15 years ago they were a shocking team. They weren't very good. Joel Quenneville has been a very, very good coach for a very, very long time, but what the club has done is they've got some bad contracts. They've signed players long term money. Key areas they've lost a bit of speed and they've got older, whereas other teams are going younger and faster. And of course, because they've finished in the playoffs so regularly, they haven't got some good draft picks. So their prospect pool, they're having to work longer to get into NHL level because they were picked later on in the draft. So they've taken longer to develop. They clearly have an issue in net. Corey Crawford. We'll have to see how he comes back next year. But Forsberg, okay, he's done his best. Glass has come in, okay, he's been done his best, but their goaltending depth is a worry. Kane and Toews especially have played a lot of hockey. Again, I said the same about the Pittsburgh Penguins. They've played a lot of playoff games, a lot of 7-game series, and that the miles are catching up on them. And they're still young, but the miles have caught up with them to the point where injuries take longer to heal. They're more stiff. They're more likely to get injured or fatigued. So we'll have to see what happens going forward. But several things have gone wrong. They've got older when they need to get younger. They've got people on long-term contracts that could be bad contracts. Goaltending depth is a problem. Well, goaltending is a massive issue. And some of these players have played a lot of playoff and regular season games. Toews and Kane are not what they were last year, year before that, etc., etc., etc. All they need to do is make a couple of changes in net, in defence, and in forward pack. Bring some youth in. If that means you've got to trade a couple of players out or buy out some contracts, I don't think it needs a full rebuild. But at the same time, does Quenneville go? Does he get sacked? Does he leave in the summer? Does the general manager leave? The backroom staff is also an issue as well. Quenneville's been there a long time. He's a very, very good coach. He is the ultimate coach that everyone wants. So if Chicago let him go, another team will snap him up like that. And to replace someone like Quenneville is very, very difficult. So we'll have to see what happens. But anyway, they've had a very down season this season. We'll have to see what happens next year. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, place your comments below, and I'll have some more videos for you soon.